I have to say that the pride of ownership of being a 63-year-old woman, it is wonderful to say no if things don't feel right and standing my ground.
Yeah.
And that is inarguably a great equation for being a strong woman.
Yeah.
I can see you're very upset.
What would you say is your favorite scene in the entire series of all the Terminators that you've done?
I think my favorite scene is when the first time Linda and I meet up in a movie. And it's a very, very intense scene. I was so happy that she's back after 28 years.
Will you be back for the sequel?
I'll be back.
I was really not sure that I wanted to come back, but as a woman of a certain age, it's like, so we're trying to make old is the new black.
Old is the new gold.
Old, oh nice, old is the new gold.
Yeah. Thank you for talking to Singapore. At 72 and at 63 respectively, did you ever imagine that you would be here at this point in your careers? I mean, what does that say about Hollywood and ageism?
Things are changing. You know, I'm trying to pretty much start the old is the new black. Or the other day I changed that to old is the new gold.
Yes,
You've heard that.
But how about you, Ani? Do you feel like, you know, at 72, and you've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt for a lot of different things in life?
You know, I don't think of myself at that age. I don't look at it when I work out in the morning. I don't think of that I'm 72. When I go skiing, I don't feel like I'm 72. When I do a movie, I feel like I'm in my 50s, to be honest with you. And I feel great. And as long as the fans want to see me, I will continue doing movies.
Yeah, but I think this is a great move forward, because if you look at what the critics are saying, this is the best movie since T2, and we have people of a certain vintage headlining it. It says quite a lot about what Hollywood is going to at the moment.
You know, Hollywood has always been an interesting combination of a bunch of copycats and also people that are very creative. And I think that someone like Linda has really set the bar very high, and Terminator 2. And then after that, Hollywood has accepted the fact that yes, women can be action heroes.
Yes.
And that the trick is just how do you find and cast the right person that is believable. She is totally believable, and everyone buys in her because she prepares. She prepared for this role. She can tell you all herself that for 1 year straight, she was training and preparing herself, and it showed on the screen.
I wanted to ask, is it harder to do 1984 Terminator, where no one knew anything that was going on, or is it harder to do Dark Fate, where you come back and there's so much more expectation?
Certainly it was not the Terminator in 1984.
No?
Because I don't have any attachment to the result of my work or the films. I just do it to the best of my ability and let it all go. However, I'm lying, because this film, I actually felt such a responsibility to the character, not so much the fan base, but just to the character of Sarah Connor. Didn't want to show up and let her down.
What was it like being on set with these legends? I mean, you know, it must have been very nerve-wracking, and you in particular, Gabriel, you got to go toe-to-toe with Ani.
It certainly was, but I wouldn't let him see a chink in the armor. You know, you can't flinch when you're in front of, like, you know, this beast. But he was just he was great. He's a great example of how to you know, do your job and do it well and be very disciplined.
I think the scope of, like, just the enormity of the movie was enough pressure. Just trying to honor Linda's return and justify us making it. I mean, I think with any sequel, you want to make sure that there's a reason to do it. It was so hard to make. It was fun, it was wonderful, but it was really, really hard on our bodies and everything. And I think it's so gratifying that people are saying that they like it.
You don't really think about success when you're shooting. You're just there, you're trying to do your best. But when you finally come to Korea in this place, or you go to see the fans and you just see the reaction of the audience, it's just like, wow, we were doing a Terminator movie, you know, like this is huge. Like people is expecting something from it.
We talk about what makes a strong, confident woman, and you've always been the representative from way back. What do you think?
I've learned mostly from my film experiences that I am a very strong woman. Sometimes your work informs you about yourself. I have to say that the pride of ownership of being a 63-year-old woman, it is wonderful to say no if things don't feel right, and it's just absolutely owning myself and standing my ground.
You said that yesterday. You said you didn't like the term strong female character. What would be the term that you prefer?
We're actors and we want to play anything, and I don't want to be part of a moment in history where we're all really excited about one type of character and we all have to play that thing in order to justify our jobs. I think it flattens our experience and our ambition. And we're also all strong female characters, but in very different ways. They're great characters.